Well, ladies and gentlemen. Everything appears to be in order. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's not delay the inevitable. Let's go ahead and get my start of One Punch Man, started. So, first, let's do this. All right, there we go. Did I even put chat up? Wow, I didn't even fully sync chat yet. That is my bad. Let me mess with this real quick. Copy. Then paste. There we go. All right, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Raise my chair just a little bit so everyone can hear me. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome to the start of my One Punch Man read-through, which I'll be doing live instead of doing videos, because doing videos, not that it is an issue for me to do it as a video and edit it, everything, but I feel like if I could just do it as a live read-through, and mind you, I'm not going to be showing any images when I go through the volumes because, copyright, and I'm not about to have a strike on this channel for doing that. It's lets me go through the chapters, say what I want about the volume, and then I can end it right there, so I can go straight through. I'm not even worried about if I flub lines or if there's pauses or anything in there. It just comes with the territory. So welcome, everyone. Hope you all enjoy yourselves. Let's get started with One Punch Man Volume 1, One Punch. And we got 8 chapters to go through, so let's go ahead and get started. Punch 1, One Punch. And there's birds chirping. There's an explosion. And then there's a flash of light, and then there's a massive explosion. Buildings are torn apart, cars are thrown, people are thrown, trains are derailed. People are wondering what's going on in the city. Then at the epicenter stands Discount Piccolo, and he's just standing there amidst all the rubble. And then he jumps up into the air, charges up some of his own power, and starts lobbing it at the rest of the city. The rumbling and tremors continue! The explosion rocking City A has spread, blanketing the whole. And before this news reporter, who's on TV right now, can finish this sentence, the feed is cut. And then we see a shadowed man sitting there, with him just saying, here I go. And then we have a page with the same individual with justice enforcement. I'm going to do my best not to say their names until their names are actually dropped. But now we have Discount Piccolo just shooting out blasts all over the place. And we have this little girl who's crying, screaming for her daddy and mommy. And Discount Piccolo picks up on it, and he walks over to her. And then he holds out his hand. Then all of a sudden, his hand enlarges to a monstrous size, and it becomes spiky and clawed, and he tries his best to grab the girl, but before he can grab the girl, she is whisked away by a caped individual. Discount Piccolo is looking at his hands like, how come I didn't have this girl crumpled up in my hands? And then we see this caped figure with the little girl in the opposite direction of Discount Piccolo. And then then Discount Piccolo says, who are you? And this caped person just smiles. And then we get a very simplistic drawing of our main character, who says, someone who's a hero for fun. And Discount Piccolo, kind of ticked off from the casual response, just says, what kind of ridiculous backstory is that? And then we get into Discount Piccolo's backstory. I exist because of humankind's constant pollution of the environment. I am Vaccine Man. And we get his name, Vaccine Man. The Earth is a single living organism, and you humans are the disease-causing germs killing it. The will of the Earth gave birth to me, so that I may destroy humanity and its insidious civilization. But you do this for fun! And while he's saying this, he's transforming as well. But you do this for fun? That's the reason you dare to oppose me, the Earth's apostle? Then indeed I must wipe humankind from existence! And as he's transforming, he grows to a monstrous size, eclipsing our main character. And before he can even finish his sentence, our main character just hits him one time and completely obliterates his body. And then as we see Vaccine Man falling to the ground in chunks, we have our main character looking at his fists, getting upset, and thinking, finished in one punch again. Darn it! So he's that strong. Now, that's the end of Punch 1. Onwards to Punch 2! Crab and job hunting. Oh, I am so glad I chose to do this live, because that way I could just read it to you guys live and you can enjoy yourself. 3 years earlier, we have some guy in a salaryman suit with people crying, "Ah! That thing's gross! Let's get out of here!" And then we have this dude who has the upper half of a crab body, but the lower half of a man in some tidy whities, saying, "Huh? Shouldn't you be running?" And this dude in a salaryman suit just sighs. And the crab guy says, "Are you a new salaryman bored with company life? I transformed into Crab Latte after eating too much crab." There's no such thing as eating too much crab. Look at me, I'm fine. Then again, he might have a body irregularity. "I transformed into Crab Latte after eating too much crab. I'm surprised you don't flee. I guess you want to die. Well, do you?" And this dude in the suit says, "You're wrong about one thing. I'm not a salaryman. I'm unemployed, and I'm looking for a job. I just had an interview and failed miserably. I don't care about anything now. I don't even feel like running from you, Crab Latte. So what are you going to do if I don't?" And then Crab Latte smiles at him, and then he says, "Like mine, your eyes are lifeless. Out of sympathy, I'll let you go. Besides, I'm hunting other prey right now." And then the guy in the suit kind of looks curious. "Some brat with a cleft chin. I'm gonna rip him limb from limb." Then it cuts to the guy in the suit walking later, and then he comes across a kid with him saying, "Whoa." And then the kid's looking at him like, "Huh? What are you looking at?" And this kid's got a massive cleft chin. "A brat with a cleft chin. Rip him limb from limb?" "Hey kid, did you do anything to tick off a crab monster?" "Huh? He was asleep in the park, so I drew nipples on him with a marker." "It's him, all right." "He still doesn't know what he's done. What should I do? There's time to hide him, but he isn't cute at all, and it's none of my business. Should I walk away?" And the kid is just steadily looking at him, weirdly like, "Huh?" And then the guy in the suit thinks, "Yeah, I mean, who cares?" And then he feels the presence of Crab Latte standing right behind him. And Crab Latte says, "I found you!" And he tries to stab and claw where the kid is, but the guy in the suit tackles him. "Huh? What am I doing?" "Huh?" says Crab Latte. And then the guy in the suit says, "He's after you, kid! Run!" And then the kid says, But, don't worry about me, just go!" "But my soccer ball." "Your ball, just get moving or I'll kill you!" Then Crab Latte says, "What's the big idea? Are you gonna try to save that brat?" Then the guy in the suit says, "Come on, you don't want to commit murder over a childish prank, do you? Think about it." "I've already diced up several people. No one makes fun of my appearance." "That brat drew nipples on me with a permanent marker. With these claws, I can't even wipe it off with a towel. I can't let him get away with it. If you interfere, I'll make sure you'll never look for a job again." And then the guy starts laughing. The guy in the suit starts laughing. "Did you just laugh?" I just remembered. "You look like the villain in an anime I used to watch." And Crab Latte just backhands him across the yard. Then Crab Latte locks eyes with the kid and starts walking towards him, with the kid kind of backpedaling on the ground with him screaming, "Yikes!" Then Crab Latte says, "Die!" And before he can do anything, he gets hit in the head with a rock. And the guy in the suit says, "Wait a second. With the birth rate so low, I can't let you kill that kid. And Crablante just glares at him. And I remembered something else. I wanted to be a hero when I was little. Not a salaryman, but a hero who could send shameless villains like you flying with one punch. And then he throws off his coat. I'm done looking for a job. Bring it on! And he immediately starts to get bodied by Crablante, with Crablante saying,
Some hero you are! You don't stand a chance! Huh?
And as he's saying that, Crablante's eye is caught in the loop of this guy's tie, and Crablante just screams out as the guy pulls his eye completely out, and I guess the whole inner part of his body as well. And then it just has Crablante screaming as he dies. And then it cuts to this guy in the suit, fades to black, and then it cuts to our main character, and we get narration. It's been 3 years since then. After training so hard that I went bald, I achieved overwhelming power and became the hero I dreamed of becoming. So why am I still not satisfied? That's the end of Punch 2. Onwards to Punch 3, Walking Disaster. I'm actually moving. Here's the thing. I read through this volume already, and I recorded it, but I am moving faster through this volume now than I did through the video. Like, it's 12 minutes, and I'm already progressing quickly through these chapters, so yes. But we cut to the forest in some sort of lab with a man named Fukegao, with him saying,
At last I have completed the ultimate steroid biceps king! Little bro, drink this for the strength you desire!
And his little bro's name is Marugori. And his little brother already is a massive bodybuilder, so Japanese anime manga heights just mess with me. And he just says, big bro. And then Marugori drinks it, and his whole body starts changing, and it starts growing, and his clothes start ripping as his heart starts pounding. And then Marugori starts growing so large that he bursts completely out of the lab.
No! The ceiling! The effect is amazing! Yes! Our genius and strength combined can conquer the world!
And then we get Marugori, who has grown to colossal size. From this little drink, he's grown to massive, just bigger than Colossal Titan size.
Yes! Now our genius and strength combined can conquer the world! But you're a little too big!
Because he's so far up, he's pretty much he's pretty much in the clouds right now. That's how tall he is.
The laboratory collapsed! Little bro, help! I'm trapped under rubble!
Then Marugori gets the rubble off of his brother and puts him on his shoulder, with Fukegao saying,
Yes, this is perfect! I'm the brains and you're the brawn! We're combining the greatest mind and strongest body! We brothers will conquer the earth and rule as kings!
And then it just has Marugori just walking through the forest as he makes his way to a city. And then we get inner monologues from Marugori. I wanted to be the strongest man on earth. That was my dream. And then it shows Marugori in the background as he's just easily trampling over entire buildings, with people onlooking like, what the?
Huh?
A giant person! A monster! Run! And as they say run, Marugori just easily smashes a building. And Fukegao can only look on. And then he starts sweating a little bit, thinking,
the whole town in a single punch.
Why do I feel like I'm going in the sounding like Doofenshmirtz here for a moment?
Wow, little bro, you just killed tens of thousands! Awesome! On to the next town!
And it shows Marugori just walking through the next town, with the next series of panels being an announcement saying, this is an emergency evacuation! The threat level is demon! A giant creature has appeared in City D! City D has been destroyed! The giant creature is now headed for City B! All residents of the area should flee! And everyone is getting all their stuff together so that they can run. And people are screaming, people are getting frantic.
Ah! Oh no! It's the end of the world! Hey, don't push! I dropped my cell phone! Stop standing around! Mama!
Just so much craziness going around. And then Fukegao is saying,
Scatter them! Show them all!
and Fukegao stops as he notices our main character sitting on the other side of Marugori.
What? Someone else is riding you!
And then our main character says, put on some undies. And Fukegao screams out,
your shoulder! Kill the guy on your shoulder!
And then Marugori swats on his shoulder, but it's the side that his brother is on. And he just crushes his brother. And then Marugori looks at his hand and he stares at it. And then he screams out,
Brother, no!
So loud that our main character has to cover their ears.
How did this happen? I just wanted to be strong, and I finally became the strongest man!
And then our main character says, so now that you're the strongest man, how do you feel? And our main character is smiling at Marugori. And Marugori gets filled with rage, and he grabs our main character.
I don't know who you are, but it's your fault my brother died. Now you're gonna pay!
And he just throws our main character directly into the ground, leaving a sizable impact crater. Then, as our main character gets up and just pats him off like nothing just happened to him, Marugori is above him and he stomps down where our main character is.
The strongest! Behold the power of the strongest brothers!
And he repeatedly punches down to where our main character is. And there's a giant gaping hole left where Marugori was punching into. And he's just thinking,
I am the strongest man.
And he opens his hand and he sees what is left of his brother, and pretty much just his glasses are left. But then Marugori thinks,
so, what?
And then he says,
it feels empty.
Tell me about it, says a voice from deep in the hole that Marugori made. Then we get a massive explosion that happens as something jumps out of the hole and punches Marugori square in the side of his face. And it just wrecks him completely. And then we get our main character saying, overwhelming strength is boring. And then we have Marugori getting insta-killed by our main character and falling on City B, apparently, with our main character only saying, oops. And then we get a narration saying that City B has been destroyed. That's the end of Punch 3. Onwards to Punch 4, Subterraneans of Darkness. And we're here looking at an apartment building. And there's a big boom sound outside, and our main character is sleeping. And he gets up real quick, and there's an explosion as a hand comes through his wall, grabs him, tries to grab him, actually. But our main character punches the arm, but he gets punched instead and punched straight through a wall along with his TV. And then he gets knocked outside, and he skids himself to a full stop, and he thinks, my house, as it shows a little bit of blood on his forehead. Then, behind him comes some sort of creature that tries to hit him, and our main character is pinged in different spots before falling back down to the ground. And our MC says, I'm going to say MC from now on instead of main character. Our MC says, what are you? They're strong. And it shows more individuals, more creatures, more things getting out of the ground walking towards him.
What? Are we? That's rude. We are the true people of the earth. You call us subterraneans. We have proliferated and must now claim the surface world. You surface dwellers are great in number as well, but you are an obstruction, so we will eliminate you. Since we began our mission, 70% of you surface dwellers have returned to the earth. Please understand, this is a battle for survival. But we are surprised. You are the first surface dweller who didn't die from our punches. But we are taking the surface, so die!
And then our main character's heart beats as he dodges a punch from one of the subterraneans and punches this subterranean directly into the face, causing the back half of his head to blow out. And then other subterraneans scream, "How dare you!" And our MC gets punched, and our MC returns by punching the head off of another subterranean.
"You bastard!"
And as it shows 3 separate subterraneans attempting to punch our MC sweeps their leg, and he screams out as he punches all 3 all at once into a nearby support column for a bridge. And it shows him also being surrounded by a multitude of subterraneans as well, with him screaming out as he gets kicked by another subterranean, and him getting back up screaming and thinking, "I can't lose! I will protect the Earth!" What is this feeling?
Cry out, you puny species!
What is this pounding inside me? What is this thrill I feel when my back's against the wall? As it shows our MC getting barraged by punches, but he's withstanding them and continues to fight on. It's been so long since I felt the exultation of a fight. And it shows him amongst the corpses of many subterraneans, huffing and puffing and sweating. And then we hear a voice from behind him saying,
"Look what you've done with my children."
That's right. Yes, that's right. This is what I wanted.
I, the Subterranean King, will fight you.
And it shows the Subterranean King, who eclipses the size of all the other Subterraneans, with him wielding 4 separate swords. And as our MC thinks, "This is what I wanted," we hear a bringing sound, and then we cut to an alarm clock, and then it gets destroyed after a punch, and it shows that our MC was dreaming this whole time. Then there's another boom outside, just like in his dream, and we hear a voice saying,
"We subterraneans have claimed the Earth! All surface dwellers will die! I am the Subterranean King! Surface dwellers, prepare yourself!"
And as the Subterranean King of, reality says this, our MC comes in and stomps his head deep into the ground, with him screaming, "I will protect the Earth! So bring it on!" And all the other subterraneans, the real subterraneans, who look nothing like the muscle-bound massive ones in our MC's dream, they all retreat back underground with a little flag that says, "Sorry!" With our main character only being able to look on like, huh? That's the end of Punch 4. Onwards to Punch 5. Itch Explosion. And then we get some narration from our MC. The evil running rampant around the world shows no sign of disappearing. It hasn't changed since I became a hero for fun. In other words, I'm having no effect on society. I'm not sad about that. I do this for fun, so I just need to satisfy myself. Fighting evil in the name of justice excited and pleased me when I had lost the will to live. But now I have a big problem. My emotions are dulling. I have no fear, no joy, no tension, no anger. In exchange for gaining strength, have I lost something important as a human being? Emotions used to swirl within me when I fought. Fear, impatience, anger. But now, day after one punch, I go home unharmed and wash my gloves. When I fight superhumans and monsters, there's no clash of spirits. They're like bugs. I feel no emotion, as if I'm crushing a mosquito, and a mosquito lands on his hand, and our MC swats at it. Just like that. Yes, I feel nothing. It's no challenge at all. But surprisingly, the mosquito flies from underneath his hand as if he didn't do anything at all. Then our main character tries to grab it and misses multiple times. And then it lands on the side of his head, and our main character slaps that spot of his head, but the mosquito dodges that slap. Then we get our main character getting kind of irritated that he's not able to kill a simple mosquito, and we just see him go into a frenzy of trying to take it out. It got away! Darn mosquito! And we actually see our main character, our MC, I keep going back to main character. our MC filled with rage. And it shows this same mosquito flying away towards a bug woman of some sorts. Then we get some news feeds in the next page.
The massive outbreak of mosquitoes this year is causing mayhem.
I'm an indoor person, but think about the poor children playing outside. And then we have someone else coming in saying,
What is the cause? Today, our guest is Mr. Kafetch, an author and mosquito expert.
Thank you for having me. It is my conclusion that the mosquitoes this year are a new species, so I can't say anything more.
Then get out of here!
He literally has absolutely nothing to say about this brand new species. And then our MC says, huh? Hey, massive outbreak? Oh man. And he starts scratching at the spot where the mosquito bit him. And then we have another announcement.
We interrupt with breaking news. A massive swarm of mosquitoes is approaching City Z. Residents are advised to stay indoors. Threat level, demon. Attacks have turned livestock into mummies. Contact with the swarm means certain death. We have footage. It's like windborne sand.
And then our MC says, City Z? That's here. I better close the window. Then we cut to another part of town where some dude is saying, thanks to the warning, no one's in the shops. Mosquito bites can't kill anyone. After stealing all this, I don't mind losing a little blood. Then, idiots. Then the wind blows his head off, and he's thinking, wind? And then a massive swarm surrounds this dude as he's been breaking into different stores, stealing stuff with a massive satchel of goods. He gets surrounded by this mosquito swarm. And he starts screaming out as all these swarms start to drain him completely of blood. They drain him until he's essentially a mummy that falls to the ground and his body snaps in half because of how brittle it is. Then the swarm flies back to where this bug woman is, and it swirls around her. And then she says, what's with you guys? That isn't nearly enough. Go suck more. And then, as the mosquitoes are flying away from her, they're immediately blasted. Several mosquitoes just died. And nearby. And then we get another individual saying, I see. You have swarms of mosquitoes suck blood and then take it all for yourself. I suppose you control them with a sort of signal. That would explain this mysterious group behavior. If I eliminate you, their master, will this unsightly swarm also disappear? And then the mosquito girl just laughs like, here comes dinner. Suck him dry. And as the swarm surrounds this person, there's a flash of light, and all of the resounding mosquitoes are blasted back massively, leaving nothing but dust in the wind. As the burning embers of the mosquitoes just fall to the ground. And this person with the cybernetic arms stands there, flame flickering from the palm of his hand. Why did I look at my light? Flame flickering from the palm of his hand, saying, I will eliminate you. Don't move. And then we get a good look at this person. He's got like black sclera with light pupils, and he's got cybernetic arms. And then Mosquito Girl says, exterminate me? Then there's a massive wham sound, and we cut to our MC still trying to take out a mosquito. Did I get it? And it flies away out of his hands unharmed, and it just shows multiple veins popping over our MC's hand, our MC's face, as he's filled with more rage that he can't even kill a simple mosquito. That's the end of Punch 5. Onwards to Punch 6. Saitama. And it shows the Mosquito Girl standing still in the same spot as this individual says, incinerate. And a massive blast comes out of his hands, and it almost hits where this Mosquito Girl is, but she dodges the blast and flies straight towards this cybernetic individual. Which the dude dodges, but we see that his left arm has been taken off completely. And then she starts laughing as it shows that she took his arm off with a horn on her head. And she says, shall I take your leg next? And then she says, huh? Oh no, my legs! And it appears that both of her legs were taken off in the process, with this individual tossing both of her legs off. So when she took his arm off, he took both of her legs. And then just stands there staring at her. And then she immediately flies away. And then this other man says, "It is no use. You cannot escape me." Then a massive swarm starts swirling around, obscuring the path of where she's flying from. With her thinking,
Who is that? If this keeps up, he'll kill me.
then she thinks,
I'll call all the mosquitoes within the 50-kilometer range of my control. All the people are hiding, but not the animals in nature. Come to me. Pour into me the juice you have stored up.
that can be taken way out of context. And it has this person saying, "It is no use." And then he just stands there as he sees an even bigger swarm than before start to pile and congregate in the air. With him thinking, "So many. If they have sucked the blood from the whole town or an even broader area." Blood is more than mere food to her, as it shows the swarm just getting bigger and bigger in the sky. They are still gathering. Seems like the sooner I finish this, the better. Then someone screams out, as he starts to charge up an attack in his hands, someone screams out, "Wait!" And it shows our main character our MC coming in saying,
This isn't over between us.
"Who is that guy?" And it shows the mosquito flying towards the swarm, with our MC stopping with him saying, "What's that cloud? Something swarming around. Mosquitoes? Oh." Then this other man who has been fighting this mosquito girl says, "You there, evacuate the area. That swarm has a will. If it notices you, it will attack." Seriously? Then we see a visage inside of this pile of mosquitoes in the sky, with our MC saying, "That sounds dangerous. You should get out of..." And then the swarm explodes and covers the entire ground. It explodes and like I said, it covers the entire ground. And then we see energy being charged up in the hand of this cybernetic guy, and a massive explosion seen from a far off distance. Cars are thrown up, massive amounts of flames erupts through the streets, and then we just see the charred, flaming remains of where this individual was, with him saying, "She talks, so I thought she possessed human intelligence, but she is just a bug. Mosquitoes are easy to burn, but she sent them against me anyway. When I noticed you, I confirmed that there is no other life within a 500-meter radius, so I do not need to hold back." And then this person realizes, "Oh no, that man got caught in the blast." And then it just shows our MC standing there with his clothes being completely burned off saying, "Whew, thanks, you're amazing. What was that?" Talk about a bug zapper. And this cybernetic man looks puzzled at the fact that our MC is completely fine. And then we get laughing from up high as this mosquito woman says, "I had no more use for them, you idiots. After all, look how strong I've become." As it shows her moving so fast that this cybernetic man can't respond to it, and she ends up carving deep into his midsection. And as he goes to punch where she is, he completely misses. And then he gets slashes multiple times in different spots, even causing his right eye to be popped out. And then it shows him being barraged by this mosquito woman, with her laughing her head off, saying,
That punch wouldn't kill a mosquito. So fragile. Next time I'll take your head.
And then we get narration from this man. "The more blood she absorbs, the more her physical abilities improve. I underestimated her. I cannot win. I must self-destruct. I'm sorry, Professor." And then, as she goes in for the kill, she gets slapped in the face by our main character so hard that she pretty much takes off the entire upper half of a building as she's sent flying through the air, with our main character patting his, dusting off his hands, saying, "Darn stupid mosquitoes." And then our cybernetic person sitting here just looks on in utter shock as he just witnessed true power. "Wait! Huh? I am a lone cyborg fighting for justice. I am called Genos. We have his name now. Tell me your name! Huh? Saitama. Take me as your disciple! Oh. Okay. Huh? And that's the end of Punch 6. We have the names of our main characters, Saitama and Genos. Punch 7, a mysterious attack. Master! As Genos is standing at the door of Saitama's apartment, and Saitama opens up and he looks kind of annoyed, saying, "You seriously came? Your name was..." "It is Genos, Master Saitama." Would you stop calling me Master? Teacher! Don't call me that either. Then it cuts to Genos inside of Saitama's house. Drink up and then leave. I don't need a disciple. Hey, you're all healed up? Yes. Most of my body is a machine, so if I have the parts... You're weird. What kind of parts do you use, Master? I don't use any. What? What about that skin-colored armor on your head? That's skin. Impossible. That would mean that you went bald young, but... I am bald, so shut up! What is your problem? Me? You wish to know about me? No. Then we get full-on narration. Bear with me because it's gonna take a minute. 4 years ago, I was a normal human being until I was about 15. I lived a peaceful and relatively happy life together with my family in this dog-eat-dog world. But one day, a crazy cyborg went out of control and attacked our town. A runaway cyborg. I suppose a failure in his body modification generated an irregularity in his brain. He was destroying everything. Parks, schools, buildings, my house. He even took the lives of my family. Miraculously, I survived. I was just a weak 15-year-old boy alone in the ruins of that town, and at the end of my strength. Just then, Dr. Kusino happened by. He was a doctor for justice on a journey to stop the violence committed by the rampaging cyborg who had attacked my town. I asked Dr. Kusino to perform a procedure to modify my body. Then I was reborn as a cyborg for justice and promised Dr. Kusino that someday I would destroy that rampaging cyborg. 4 years passed. I was 19 and rambling from town to town and exterminating evil. I had defeated countless monsters and evil organizations. But because I had turned up no clue to the rampaging cyborg, I was spending my days in irritation and impatience. How long had I been chasing phantoms of that rampaging cyborg while ridding the world of evil? And then, 1 week ago, when that mosquito monster showed up, I had completely let down my guard. I never imagined anything but that rampaging cyborg could beat me, so without analyzing my data on my opponent, I rushed right into the fight. The result, as you know, was that an opponent displaying immense strength bested me. If you, Master Saitama, had not been passing by, she would certainly have destroyed me. You saved my life when you saved my life. When you saved my life. As due to... I messed up in this at this part of the sentence when I made the video as well, so that it always got me. You saved my life. When you saved my life, as Dr. Kusino had once done, it increased my already heavy sense of responsibility. Now, no matter what, I cannot die until I have destroyed that rampaging cyborg. To that end, as a cyborg for justice, I must continue to fight evil until I encounter that rampaging cyborg again. Rampaging cyborg has been a constant throughout this entire conversation. I must get stronger. When I saw that one punch by you last week, I realized that I must study under you. If only I could be that strong. Master Saitama, I have an arch-enemy that I must defeat. This fight isn't only for myself. I also bear the burden of my hometown and Dr. Kusino. I know I have much to learn, but I need great strength to demolish great evil. Dr. Kusino, knock it off! Shorten that to 20 words or less and try again! Because apparently he's been talking Saitama's ears off this entire time. Then we cut to a forest again, to a high-grade looking building in the mountains. Mosquito Girl was defeated. Well, without sucking blood, she was just a weak insect. She was merely a prototype. Sorry about that. She was defeated even after absorbing large quantities of blood, and by one punch. What? A small tracking camera captured some of the encounter. Here it is. And then it just shows a video of Saitama just slapping away Mosquito Girl. Why is he naked? I don't know. He will serve as a good sample. We will investigate his physiology by force if necessary. Send a messenger to invite him, understood, to our house of evolution. Master, here's the shortened version. Teach me the way to become strong like you. And then Saitama just says, Genos. Yes. How old are you? I'm 19. You're young, and you could soon surpass me. Really? I'm 25, but I started training when I was 22. I'll teach you, but it's hard. Can you handle it? And then Genos just looks on and just says, yes! Then immediately something alerts him and he jumps towards the entrance of Saitama's house, saying, I detect something approaching at high speed. This guy's freaky. Then a creature comes in through Saitama's ceiling and he goes,
My name is...
And before he can even say anything, he gets punched in the face by Saitama saying, pay for the ceiling! And Genos says, there are more outside. And then it shows some sort of slug creature and a frog creature, with the slug creature saying, our advanced warrior Kamakuri is dead. My telepathy can't reach him.
Huh? But he was pretty strong.
And then it shows the door of Saitama's house being open, as it shows Genos opening it, and Saitama behind him. And then Genos says, Master, let me handle the... And it shows that Saitama is so fast that before Genos can even fully get outside, he was behind Genos this whole time. But now, he's in front of Genos, and he's already defeated the frog creature and the slug creature instantly. And Genos just says, never mind. Then a hand starts to crack through the ground, and it grabs Saitama and pulls him underground, leaving only his head exposed. What? Master! I feel like a plant, says Saitama. Then there's an explosion behind him as another armored individual comes up saying,
I detect a high level of energy. Are you a cyborg too?
And that's the end of Punch 7, onwards to the last Punch chapter for today. Punch 8, this guy. And it shows Genos staring down this armored creature completely as it's burst through the wall, with it saying,
You are not my target.
a cyborg? I can't believe it. Then this individual glares at him, and then this armored creature says,
You are in my way.
and he tries to punch towards Genos, but then Genos blocks it with him saying, I want to ask you a few things. And then we get some sort of lion creature in the background with him saying,
Gah ha ha ha!
Master, he's stuck.
He can't move his hands or feet. Well done, ground dragon.
And then we see this giant mole creature just getting out of the ground with him saying,
We don't want you putting up a fight.
Mass! And before Genos can say anything, this armored individual grabs Genos, but Genos blasts him backwards several blocks. And then Ground Dragon and this lion creature look in surprise. And then it shows Genos turning back towards Saitama saying, Master. Thinking, Master. And as he's going, he is beset by this creature that jumps directly on top of him, but Genos dodges this attack. And of course, this attack is mighty powerful as it leaves a small crater into the ground. And Genos skids to the ground, righting himself, with this armored individual saying,
The science of the House of Evolution created me. I am Armored Gorilla. Your attacks will not work on me.
And then Genos says, What? The House of Evolution? What do they want with Master?
That's not your business. We destroy any who resist.
Gotta be careful not to show too much of the pages when I'm holding it up this way.
I must destroy you,
says Armored Gorilla. And then it shows the lion guy staring at Saitama and getting kind of perturbed that Saitama is not giving him the expression he's hoping for. Hold on, this whole thing was bothering me the entire time. My apologies. with him saying,
"Hey, Jerko, what's wrong with your face?"
and then Saitama just yawns and he says,
"What? Why you?"
and Saitama says, "It's comfortably cool yet warm down here. I got sleepy, so let me be, would you?" And the lion just gets even more angry, but he starts saying,
"I don't think you understand the situation. I'll pierce both your eyes, so you can't resist."
and as he's pointing his two claws in the face of Saitama, Saitama gets out of the ground as if he wasn't embedded in it so easily, and he just says, "Okay, enough with the jokes. Now's the time if you want to apologize." And then Ground Dragon, the mole creature, says,
He
and then the guy,
he got out?
then the lion creature gets up and says,
"Fine."
"Oh man, I got dirt where the sun don't shine." And Saitama's just casually trying to get the dirt out of his clothes.
"I'll show you the power of the Beast King! Lion Slash!"
And Saitama just easily dodges it. But the inertia and force of the attack destroys multiple buildings behind Saitama. And then Saitama just continues to dodge all of these line slashes with the slug creature and the frog creature getting up out of the hole, with one of them getting up saying,
Ouch. Hey, frog?
and before he can say anything, more line slashes comes tearing through the streets and winds up chopping up both the slug creature and the frog instantly.
Out of my way, weaklings! That's the law of the jungle, and you're next! You won't get away!
And it shows this Beast King engorging himself and growing to a much bigger size as his clothes start ripping off of him. And then he says,
"Lion Slash! Meteor Power Shower!"
and Saitama just continues to dodge all of it with Ground Dragon saying,
Wait, don't kill him now!
and then it shows Saitama gearing up for a punch with him saying, "Consecutive normal punches." And these consecutive normal punches just completely obliterates Beast King's entire body as if he didn't do anything, really. And his whole upper body just completely just completely disintegrates from the punches. And Ground Dragon is all like, huh? Then Saitama lands after doing this attack, and then he glares at Ground Dragon, and Ground Dragon is filled with fear and immediately starts digging underground.
I never heard about that. I'm getting out of here.
And as he's digging through the ground, Saitama was digging through the ground as well, and intercepts him, saying, "Found you."
No way!
Then there's a punch that happens underground, and Ground Dragon is sent flying, the mole creature, is sent flying into the air with Saitama saying, "Phew." Oh, and he looks over at Genos, and Genos says, "Answer my questions or die. You choose." And then we get Armor Gorilla, who has pretty much had his whole body pretty much de-limbed, and his helmet is off, so we see the gorilla underneath with him saying, "You are the one who will die, fool. I am the House of Evolution's third strongest. You will never beat the Beast King. He is the second strongest. He will destroy you." And then Saitama walks up holding the eye of the Beast King saying, "You mean this guy?" "I think he does." And then the armored gorilla just kind of looks. He just kind of looks and then he says, "Sorry about that. I'll tell you everything, so go easy on me." "Hey, you're talking normal now." "Sorry, I was just trying to be cool." And those are all the chapters for Volume 1. I won't be reading the bonus chapters because I just want to cover the main story as well, unless you guys want me to cover the main chapters, but if not, then I won't cover them. But I'll probably just for the sake of time. You know what? What do I mean, sake of time? I might as well read the entire volume. Bonus, that was the end of Punch 8. Bonus chapter, 200 yen. And then we cut to a school. Entrance ceremony. Today, you must begin thinking of yourselves as junior high students. Aim to be fine, well-rounded students. What should you do for your future? All your hard work is an investment for the days ahead. And then we cut to Saitama at 12 years old. And then we cut to some street punk saying,
Hey, new kids, do you know why I brought you behind the school? We're short on cash. Can you do something to help us out?
and then we got 3 students who are kind of looking sheepishly and nervously like, money?
How much have you got?
I don't have any on me.
But you do at home, right?
Then we get someone riding in saying, Hey, you thugs, stop right there.
Who are you?
I'm a new student too. I'm a little known student who commutes by bike. And then he takes his time just propping up his bike. I never overlook injustice.
Is this guy nuts? Let's waste him.
And then we cut to Saitama sitting in the classroom as his other students are saying,
Yesterday, some third-year bullies beat up boys from class 2. Their uniforms were all ripped up. Scary. 2 scummy upperclassmen did it. Be careful not to attract their attention.
Then it cuts to a storm happening outside with us being inside of a house now, and someone saying on the news,
Shortly past 4 p.m. today, a monster appeared in City Z. Police officers who rushed to the scene fell under attack and suffered severe injuries. The monster fled. The city has asked the government to mobilize special forces. The last appearance of a monster was 9 months ago in July, but data from the last 10 years shows that monsters are appearing more frequently. In the days ahead, it will be interesting to see what measures the government takes against these monsters and dangerous life forms of unknown origin.
can't we? And then someone says, can't we just shoot them? It's okay if it's for self-defense and safety, right? And we see Saitama laying on bed with a Mob Psycho 1 million shirt on. Maybe I'll look into Mob Psycho.
Permission has been granted, but it is difficult to take immediate action when a monster suddenly appears. More people are calling on the police to do something.
And then the words start to fade out as Saitama starts to fall into a deep sleep. But the words I can make out say,
It appears the monsters will increase in number, so some in the government are calling for the establishment of a special organization to preserve national security. It would need the capability to act on a moment's notice, because the monsters appear without warning.
And then Saitama just says, man, I'm sleepy. Then it cuts to the city as it's raining. And then we cut to the next day as the teacher of Saitama says, Saitama, why haven't you done your homework?
I forgot. I'll do it now.
We're having class now. Are you stupid? Huh? It's only day 3 and you're already behind. You can't make that time up. Do you understand? While you're doing yesterday's homework, everyone else has moved on. One small slip-up today has ramifications 10 years later. Don't you get that?
Huh? I'll just do double homework tonight. No, I don't get it.
Do you think goofing off will get you girls?
Huh? No, not at all.
Why, you little punk. Come to the staff room later. Come to the staff room after school. I'll teach you how much of a loser you are.
Whoa, he shouldn't have talked back. Now the teacher's out to get him.
And now Saitama is wondering, like, what did I do wrong? Why is this happening to me? Then, after school,
hey, new kid, come here a sec.
Me? I can't. I have to go to the staff room.
Huh? Do you know who we are? All the little twerps around here fear the uniform rippers of City Z South Junior High. Come with us out back. Do as we say or we'll rip your uniform apart.
And then we cut outside.
All right, new kid, you got a wallet?
Don't get bossy. I don't have one, you moron.
What?
So you're the scummy upperclassman, huh? You got some nerve taking on a loser like me. And then it shows the uniform rippers just glaring at him. And then it shows that they've ripped his uniform apart and beat him up.
He was nothing but attitude, and he only had 200 yen.
He really is a loser. And then one of the rippers gets blindsided by the creature that was seen on the news. And Saitama looks on as they scream out, ah, a monster! The one on the news!
Give me your change. Coins, put in coins.
Monster piggy bank.
If I ram into you, coins will fall out. Good coins.
As this monster starts running towards one of the others with him saying, here's some change.
Put it in.
and he puts the coin inside of this piggy bank, and then the piggy bank monster runs away going, and then one of the Rippers says,
He took everything I had! That monster was for my little brother's lunches!
and then it shows Saitama getting up and running towards where the piggy bank creature is.
Huh? The new kid?
Everything's so stupid.
First I forget my homework, and then thugs beat me up.
I had to change his voice mid-go.
Give back my 200 yen!
That monster came from outside my boring everyday life. Maybe that's why I followed him. Somewhere in the back alleys, the pig rammed into me. I lost consciousness for about an hour. The first thing I thought when I woke up was, I gotta go to the staff room. The police and special forces cooperated in surrounding and defeating the monster, but my 200 yen never showed up. And then we cut to the staff room.
Saitama, I told you to come right away. Are you jerking me around?
You told me to come, but you didn't say right away.
Also a comeback, I see. Are you still in grade school? And you destroyed your uniform.
Upperclassmen did this, and they took my money.
Are you trying to push this off on them? How much did they take?
200 yen.
You are jerking me around.
And then it just shows all the people that have been impressing him when he was 12 years old. His teacher, the upperclassman, the piggy bank monster. I just don't fit into society. I don't know how to live. I always end up losing. How can I keep going when I'm so weak? Then it cuts. Now we have Saitama walking with this kid, with the kid saying,
Old dude, I'm scared of the future.
I'm not old.
Bald dude, I'm scared of the future.
Why at bald? And why are you scared?
I don't think I can survive in a world with monsters like this. I can't handle life like you can, bald dude.
There's no perfect way to handle life. Now, mind you, they're walking down this snowy path. They're going down this path. And Saitama has punched completely through this snowman creature. Croqueta! Is that a spoiler? Because I'm reading through the One Punch Man series for the first time. So if that's a spoiler, yeah, don't do that. Matter of fact, let me do this. There we go. Yo, Gajeel! I'm probably gonna forget that, so just be mindful of that. But I'm about done reading through this volume, so it's about to end in about a couple of minutes. But just be mindful of that, Croqueta. I have not read through One Punch Man. I'm probably gonna forget. What you said in the coming weeks because I'm already putting it out of my head now. But just be careful. But Saitama has punched completely through the snowman creature, with the kid saying,
I don't think I can survive in a world with monsters like this. I can't handle life like you can, bald dude.
There's no perfect way to handle life. When I was young, I was scared of society. Even now, life is hard.
Even though you're strong, Baldy?
Strength and weakness don't matter.
So what should I do?
Do what you want.
Is that deep or are you blowing me off?
I don't know. I just said it.
Thanks, Baldy.
You want me to drop you? And then it shows Saitama walking towards the distance as a ginormous snowman creature is in the background that eclipses the mountains. With the kid saying,
Can you beat that huge thing? Isn't it scary?
No, that's no prob! And then Saitama screams out, Ah! Oh no! It's garbage day! But I forgot to put out the trash! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Volume 1 for One Punch Man. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Join me next week on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we read through Volume 2. And also, join me tomorrow as I start my read-through and just my overall reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen. All I can say for you guys today, and I finished this within an hour. I finished this in an hour. That's good. All I can say to the rest of you, it's probably going to be an hour and 1 minute. All I can say to the rest of you is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing or even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. Whew, I am so happy that I got One Punch Man started. Did I get a new camera? Nah, it's been the same one. It's still the same one. I just got a brand new light and I'm glistening.